let's consider how to implement image upload in a React Native or Expo app using expo-image-picker. The goal here is to upload and display an image from the user's gallery or take a new image with the camera when the image button is pressed, as well as provide a way to delete the uploaded picture. We also talked briefly about how to proceed with the uploaded image for storage by making API calls and also when you have other input fields using FormData. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate using the sample app with the profile page here. The aim will only be on the functionality, so we'll not be building the UI. However, the source code will be linked in the description. So what will you need? First, you need to install expo-image-picker in your project. In addition to that, you need to have an image component on your page. This should be given at least a height and a width. You can also add any additional styling of your choice. Next, you need a button to trigger the upload, and this can be a touchable opacity. If you want to provide multiple options of upload, you need a page or a modal with buttons for camera, gallery, and removing the uploaded image. Finally, you need a placeholder image to be used when no image has been uploaded. Once we have that, we are ready to go. The upload process starts with pressing the button on the profile page. When the button is pressed, we want to display the options of upload. So in the onPress property of our button, we display the modal with the options or navigate to the screen with the options if we are using a full page instead. Now on the options modal screen, the first option is to use the camera. For this, let's create an async function and we'll call it upload image. For the work here, we'll need to import the image picker we installed earlier. To start, we await a request for permission to access the user's camera using the permission method of the image picker. Next, we create a result variable, and as a value, we await the result of launching the camera with the image picker method. To this method, we can pass an object of argument. First, we pass a camera type. Since we are working with a profile image, we can default to the front camera. Also, we allow editing so that we can crop, set the aspect ratio to 1:1, and then set the quality to the highest. You can alter these values to suit your needs. However, on iOS, the aspect ratio is limited to being a square, regardless of the values passed. Now, based on the result received, we check if the upload was not cancelled. If that's the case, we want to save it. For this, we create a new state for the image using the useState hook from React. With that done, we create a new async function for saving the image. This will accept the image as a parameter and set it as the value of the image state. After this, the options modal can be dismissed. Now we call the save function after uploading and pass the image URI. This can be located in the first element of the assets array under the result. If we catch any error, we can alert the message and dismiss the modal. We can then pass the upload image function to the onPress property of the camera option button. Next, to display the uploaded image, we need to pass the image state to the image component. Here, my image component is in the avatar component, so I'll pass it through the URI property. In my avatar component, once I have access to the URI, I pass it as an object to the source property of the image component. Now, if we don't have any image uploaded, we want to display our placeholder image. So we can import that from our assets. Over here, we check if we have a value for URI. If that's true, we pass the URI object. Otherwise, we pass the placeholder. With this done, we should be able to upload and display an image using the camera option. Now for the gallery option, let's modify the upload image function. First, let's accept a mode parameter. Now we check if the mode is gallery. If that's the case, we want to await the image picker permission. This time around, it will be for the media library. After this, we launch the image library with the image picker. Here, we set the media types to only images, allow editing, set the aspect ratio to a square, and enable the highest image quality as well. With this done, we want to store the result in the result variable as well. So we initialize a global result variable to an empty object and assign the gallery and the camera results to it. Now we need to pass this function to the gallery option button of the modal. So over here, we call upload image and pass gallery as the mode. With this done, we should be able to upload and display an image from the gallery as well. Now let's handle how to remove the uploaded picture. For this, let's create an async function and call it remove image. Over here, we call the save image function and pass now as the value. In the case of an error, we can alert the message and hide the modal. We can then pass the function to the onPress property of the option button. With this done, we should be able to remove the uploaded image as well. Now a few tips on how to proceed with the uploaded image. We'll talk about when you have only the image and when you have other form inputs as well. When you have only the image, usually you make an API call right after uploading the image to store it in a database. So in the save image function, right after updating the image state, we make a call to the backend API. Here we can do so in a dedicated function. For processing the image data, we need to use the global FormData interface, which can be declared at the top. Now for the request, we create a new instance of the FormData and append the image, giving it a key and an object as value. This will contain the image URI, which will be the image state, the type of data, which is image, and a name for the file. Demonstrating with the Axios API client, we also need a config object which contains headers for the request. In this, we set the content type as multipart or form data. We also add a transform request function and return the form data. With this done, we can make the request with Axios, passing the endpoint, form data, and the configuration object. When you remove the uploaded image as well, this will apply and make the API call, since it also uses the save image function. In the situation where you have the image and other form inputs to be processed, the approach will be quite similar. However, right after uploading the image, we only update the image state and not make the API call to the backend. Similarly, when the uploaded image is removed, we only update the image state and hide the modal, making no API request. When the other details are provided, we then proceed with the submit button, which will call a save function to make the API call. Just like the initial one, we create a new form data instance and append all the other input data in addition to the image. We'll have the same config, and then we can proceed to make the API call to save the data. Now back on the profile page, when you want to fetch the details from the API, you can do so in the use effect hook to get all the details before the page is ready. In the next video, we'll look at how to persist and share data across multiple parts of your app using Secure Store and Context API. Link to the source code will be in the description. Thanks for watching.